Survive or Thrive. 10th Workshop, December 17th, 2016. Living on a Budget. Students practiced budget management skills as they brainstormed how much to spend on daily expenses when living on an SSI monthly income. In addition to gaining a sense of the cost of daily living, students and organizers also discussed simple ways of making their homes more accessible.
We're going to talk about budgeting. We had heard a whole morning of SSI and how you only have $900 to survive off of, and we spoke about, if you have a dream and aspiration, you could go far and maybe not have to depend on $900. But what if you do have to depend on $900, at least for now, until you get a job, right? Because most of us are students. We're currently not working. So right now, SSI is potentially, maybe, our only source of income. So how do we manage our money wisely? We don't end up starving. So first, I wanted to ask in general, what are different parts of a budget? What do you all spend money on? Anybody? Food, all right.
I would say food and, generally basic living, like living basic living, and any shampoo, toilet paper,
Like any
essentials.
household items.
Yeah.
Okay.
Transportation.
Rent.
Oh,
Can I put in?
Rent, yes.
Rent.
Okay, so clothing. So, do y'all understand the difference between what is a need versus what is a want when we're discussing a budget? What are some needs in life? Food, yeah.
Shelter.
Shelter. What are some wants?
Want.
Cologne.
Watching.
Expensive watches.
Want a night out.
Okay, good.
Probably fancy clothes.
So, yes, that's wonderful. So I see that everybody seems to have a pretty good understanding of how to manage money. So I'm gonna challenge you all to live for a month with a budget of $900, and that's approximately what you get if you have SSI. If you have the disability rate, that's not blind rate, it's 880 something, and if you have the blind rate this morning, it's 930 something. So 940. Oh, 4. So very good memory. So $900 is what you all have, and you all have to work collectively as a team to survive, and hopefully not end up with the red, which is
Negative. Owing money. Taking out a loan.
Credit card.
Credit card debt.
So we have 4 main areas we've kind of marked out for you all in order to live. First of all, you're going to have to find housing, right? Shelter. So you have to decide from different packages, bless you, what would be most reasonable for your budget. Second, you have to be able to survive by eating food, right? If you cannot afford any meals because, face it, you squandered all your money on unnecessary things, then you can't really survive either.
Well, I think the main thing too is, I'm sorry maybe if I think it'd be a big part that to somehow learn how to use the money, spend it wisely, not spend it as exaggeration.
That's what we're going to be talking about.
So.
Right. That's
a really good
an
segue.
excellent point that everyone should keep in mind when y'all are collaborating on this budget. Third category we talked about, which is a recurring theme, is transportation costs. You have to be able to get to places, right? Whether it be to work, to school, to the grocery store even. So what are different options of transportation you can consider that would fit with your budget? And most importantly, finally, some miscellaneous things that maybe we don't think about, but potentially you have to go shopping for clothing. You don't have to do fancy clothing, right? But you have to wear something out in public. You don't want to get arrested for being naked. All right? Cell phone bill, internet, those are some of the, you could call them wants, but as a student, maybe those are necessities, depending on how you frame it, right? So those are the 4 categories that we're going to kind of look at as we formulate our budget. Karen at Wai-Yee will help you all do some of the calculations and scribe as you work on your budget. Are we all ready?
We
Should I just go with it?
Packages, okay.
So, I'm going to be a salesperson here.
Ooh.
Yes. There are
You better watch out for Ann, the salesperson. What you gonna do?
there are 4 shelter, like housing packages that I'm going to offer you. And you're all going to have to come to a somewhat consensus on which one we should get for your $900. Is that it's $140 and you cook pretty much at home all the time and you go out to eat once or twice. Obviously, you know the pros and cons. The second option is you eat out once a week and then you occasionally buy some frozen dinners. That's priced at $250. And some of the pros are you save some time. As busy college students or potentially busy employed people, you could eat a frozen macaroni and cheese and save an hour of trying to figure out how to cook it.
Or the fettuccine from Olive Garden. They sell it frozen, just
Or you can
so you
eat
know.
ramen noodles.
Ramen?
It's gonna save you.
Oh, but you're putting chemicals into your body that you may not know where they come from. Ramen noodles have a lot of whatever the heck it's
Sodium.
called.
But
It's all just
Other
sodium.
probably harmful chemicals.
Well, anyhow,
college
whatever that
students
is,
eat every day, so.
And what if your roommate in your apartment, because you know you live in the living room, what if they steal your frozen meal? If you buy a lot of frozen meals in your house, right? So,
Put your name on it. Pop your name into the cheese.
Shop at Costco. You'll be fine.
well, the third,
Oh,
that-
what I would do,
Costco
that would
membership.
be easy.
You have to
Everybody.
remember-
Buy
though,
things your roommate doesn't like.
Costco has a membership.
Oh.
I have a membership.
Oh yeah. So
When,
do I.
where are you gonna save up that money? Even though it's not that much, it's only like $60 or something. But you gotta be able to get that starter money for that membership,
It's
right?
a yearly membership.
really
It's
simple.
nice. It's an
Go
investment.
Yes.
ask your friend for one. That's what I would
Maybe,
do.
what if the
Well, I
situation is
Borrow
could
your
ask
your
your friend
mother.
for one,
housemate
but
Yes?
is
your friend is gonna probably say
it's
no.
a
You have to go
membership.
to
It's a
apply
member at
for it.
Costco. Just follow them.
You don't have to say.
What's your roll back?
What did our team come up with? What's our
$70.
leftover?
Yay.
So let's go with the option. Let's go with how you all pick
114,
numbers,
Okay. 14.
and we can go over first. And we can compare and contrast what each of us did.
All right, perfect.
Please explain.
So,
No. Have one of the team members.
You're good.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So for our team, why did we pick to live in the living room?
Because it was much of a cheaper rent compared to all the other, compared to the other 2 options we had.
All right. Y'all's team, what'd you pick?
We picked the first option.
Let's let them talk.
Oh, let them finish first.
Let the team members talk. Why you? No.
Well, we picked the first one.
All right.
Why?
Because it was cheap. And we figured with our leftover money, we could buy a curtain.
For privacy, okay.
With our team, we picked the option 2, the 250, which is eat out and get
You're
some.
talking about the food now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we're on.
Eat out
yeah.
and get some occasional frozen meals and cook for the other half of the time. Why did we pick that? Anybody from our team?
Because time is money, and sometimes our responsibilities in school and or work may not give us time to cook.
Wow. Have you heard of slow cookers? We chose the first option. Clearly.
What made you choose the first option?
Just
Crockpot?
yeah,
I think a slow cooker spoke for itself.
because I think personally speaking, I wouldn't want to eat out every week.
Yeah.
I do that every
And
And frozen meals have so much sodium.
yeah, that's not something
We
that
have a health conscious.
So
unit.
health. Okay.
All right, so for the third, the transportation component, our team chose to ride the bus, and so we spend $0 because we all have access cards. Why? Why did we choose that?
Because beggars can't be choosers.
That's kind of it, really.
All right.
God.
But now that we have so much left over, maybe we should have chosen the others.
Maybe
Well,
once in a
I
while.
would say at the end, either way would have worked.
Yeah, bus, I think, still gonna be the choice. Either.
All right, what about y'all?
we picked the bus too.
Why?
Why?
Cause what do you say, beggars can be, and cause like it's easier because, yeah.
Because what?
Because
Just for me personally, I wouldn't be able to remember to schedule access one day in advance every day.
So So scheduling?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other reasons from our group? Anyone who hasn't talked yet?
All three of us have talked.
Yeah.
For this part?
Oh, for this part.
Oh.
Guys.
I think because take into account that it's the most cheapest, but also take into account you'll have leftover money, and if with that leftover money, if there's should there be like an emergency, you could just rely on Uber or something every once in a while. But also just generally speaking, you get to socialize a lot more. You get to know different places. You get to meet different people.
You guys have adventures when you get lost?
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. Our last component of life is miscellaneous. We chose option 1, which is you only end up with a cell phone of $30. Now, why did we choose that team?
Because we don't need Netflix.
We didn't know we'd have $44.
Netflix don't have
Otherwise, I
audio
would
description.
protest
Yeah.
this right now.
But we have $70 in savings.
Well, yeah, but we don't need much extra stuff, and we could use those $70 we have in saving for something in emergency necessaries.
Sustainable.
Rainy days.
You never know.
All right, you all, what about the other team?
Did you guys pick?
Well,
What
we
did you all
chose
pick?
Oh yeah, we chose
Package
the second option.
Why?
Which was,
Having Netflix, a cell phone,
Internet.
internet, hanging out with
Friends once a
Friends,
month or
exactly.
something.
shop once a month.
We chose that one because it relies heavily on on the transportation one, and also because just as a student and as a teenager, I use internet quite a lot. But not only just for my own personal use, but just for like academic things as well. And I think our generation is very internet oriented.
At
So
our school, they have iPads.
yeah,
Instead
and
of
I just think it would be
So, what's our team's rebuttal to not having internet? We only have a cell phone. So what's our rebuttal? Do we have a rebuttal?
The library.
But what about computers? How are you going to access library computers?
using a library computer.
Yeah, but how?
They're slow.
The Braille
can't use the
library
screen.
computers. Is that a
You
thing?
can't read the screen. What are you going to do?
$44 with us.
Well, let's get somebody to assist us. Get an employee.
They're gonna assist you for an hour.
Excuse me, librarian. Excuse me.
Or have y'all heard of portable NVDAs that you can download on your USB drive and stick in the computer, and then that would be the problem solved?
Yes.
Oh, magic! I know.
No, it's not.
Thank you. So, subsequently,
Office lens.
all of us did really well.
We have one
didn't
left.
end
We won.
up with
Sorry.
we didn't end up with a lot of
So none of
debt.
us are in debt.
Yeah.
Winning team just gets the respect of all of us.
We
You
still
don't get anything.
won.
Whoa.
Sorry, I'm done now.
All right. So let's bring it back. What does this activity really make you all think about? What do you think of a $900 SSI budget?
It's not enough.
44.
944. What do you think of
So
a 944 budget?
944, she said.
This morning is 944.
Well, okay, whatever. I mean,
Yeah, more or less the same. It's not enough, by the way.
So what do you all think of that budget?
Ant's making a face.
It really makes you consider what you're going to spend it on and be really careful in your finances.
Does it make you think about independence?
Yes.
yeah.
Life seems really expensive.
Did you say life seems really?
Oh, it is. But you don't really think about it.
I think it also can make you think about the types of relationships you build with the people around you. For example, if you're
just
going to be
filming.
living with others, like knowing how to connect with them. And the reality is you can't, you're not always going to, if you're going to be on a tight budget, to know, like, when is a good time to, like, know somebody so well enough that maybe they'll want to invite you for a meal and you save yourself money there in that aspect. Like, just knowing how to make friends with people, or whatever, or a ride, yeah. So being a good people skills person when you're on a tight budget.
Does that really make you all think about the different future potential options and careers that make anything change in that department?
somewhat. I mean, yes. I mean,
So like for example, we heard a lot of categories that for example, living in an apartment all by yourself, 1-bedroom place. Our team thought, nope, that's not happening. That's way over the budget.
Exactly.
Or for transportation, using Uber and Lyft all the way to places. Nope, not happening, too expensive.
Yep.
What do you think, how do you think that, what can you guys do now so that in the future, you don't have to just screw that option.
Yeah,
you can
write
do
that off.
something else.
You could be like, I love that option.
What do you think you can do now so you can have more money?
Save.
Employment.
And work towards a career.
A career.
A career?
A career that pays you $8 an hour?
How much
No.
do you want to earn?
No, careers.
So let's think about this. Right
No,
now,
please.
we did this activity with a $900 budget. If you're earning $900 in a year, you'd only have $10,800 in 1 year, roughly. How much do you want to earn in a career? So that in 1 year, how much do you think you want to earn? If a almost $11,000, if it's $10,800. How much do you want to earn?
What if you made 30,000 or 40,000 a year?
That'd be nice.
That's still kind of low.
You're right.
Oh, really?
That is.
That's low income.
It's very simple.
It's more than that 900 a month,
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
at
Your own
least.
house.
Yeah,
It's a
what
start.
about having your own house, applying for a credit card? So that you can start getting credit. It's not all about getting debt.
If you look at it right now, by the rate we're going, the only way you could get credit from a credit card is if you spend and have money transactions. Looking at your current budget, you don't buy nothing, right? Because we only have $70 left.
But you can use your
So-
credit card to pay for the stuff.
Well, what I'm trying to say is, in order to have a credit card and to do all these other things in the future, you need to be able to have enough money to have money transactions, like spend and then pay off your bills to show that you're in good standing. And if you only have $900 to work with, that's kind of hard to build any credit.
Or if you want to take out a loan, you need credit for that too.
Right.
We can't buy cars, but
House.
what if we want to buy a house?
Educational loans.
Thank you.
There are co-signers.
That is true. With
Yeah,
an
that's true.
apartment,
You can be a
with an apartment, especially when you start coming out to look for apartments in the initial stages, a lot of them may ask for a co-signer.
Not all of them accept.
A guarantor.
No, but some of them may, and some of them may not look very favorably upon your only source of income being an SSI check of $900.
I guess it all depends on what the rule regulation is.
Yeah, so those are some of the considerations that people might want to be thinking about, right? There's a lot of housing, and depending on the area, you live in LA, it's a little better. You try to live in San Francisco, goodbye, $900, you ain't living nowhere.
New York City.
You know,
Same deal. But that's when, like, thinking about what Giovanni was saying in our team, that's where location comes into play too. How close do you want to be to that bus stop?
Right.
you gotta pay for it,
Exactly.
literally.
I know. The closer you are, the more expensive it is.
Yeah.
Because of the convenience of walking up to a bus stop.
Do you want to know, this past summer, or maybe it was 2 summers ago, I lived in a 2-bedroom apartment in downtown Berkeley. It was across the street from the BART station, which is the subway. It was also across the street from lots of bus stops. Guess how much the rent monthly for that 2-bedroom apartment is?
$2,000.
4,000.
Oh, well, not that high.
Oh.
$1,750.
2,500
Oh my
something.
God.
But the thing is, keep that in mind. That's how much things are. How would we manage to
Dealing
support
with transferring.
ourselves
If you had to commute to school, I'm going to school in Irvine. If I took access to Irvine every day, that's 2 accesses there and 2 accesses back.
Lucky you have access, okay? I live in Santa Barbara. There are
And
no
there's
access.
the time
The
factor.
part is better in Santa Barbara.
So that's when, like, being able to use your other transportation options really makes a difference.
Right.
You take access to the train station and you take the train all the way back.
Well, hopefully by then the purple line extension will be finished.
I mean, think about it, like if you're commuting, that's time taken away from studying.
Correct. You know, it takes, in Santa Barbara, about an hour and a half because you transfer 2 buses and the bus system is not very robust. So it takes, it's very poorly timed. The first bus gets you at 3, but the other bus you're supposed to get on left at 2:55. So you gotta wait another hour for the next bus. So it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours just to get to the store, pick up something, and takes another 2 hours to ride your way back. And there are no access. You need to book 7 to 14 days in advance in order to have an access. Who is going to know that they need milk 14 days before the milk runs out?
When
No
that
one.
When that milk, it's going to be bad in 14 days.
So the point I'm trying to make here is to just time is a factor, whether you have access is a factor, right? Different resources.
Depending on where you
Maybe
live.
you luckily, like, I'm not saying depend on your friends all the time, but if you have a roommate that you get along with who has a car, who happens to also need to go to the grocery store, time that
Carpool.
right. Well, that's what Carlos said. Having those people skills to be able to navigate your environment in a successful way. So,
Like if maybe you had a roommate, maybe perhaps that works in the same area where you go to work.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Or if you work in the same place, people carpool to work all the time. Or you can also, what I do sometimes when I'm at school, if we're going out, let's say to a restaurant, we went out to a restaurant the other day, parking in California is horrible. What did I do? I took out my handy dandy handicap placards. So you gotta use your disability when you can to show the people, hey, I'm not just here to bug you to get me to give you like, I'm not bugging you all the time just to give me rides, but here, use this to park closer.
well, also,
Use this to not have to pay at a parking meter.
On a different note, we were talking about Costco memberships in our team, right? And I happen to have a Costco membership.
So
My
do I.
roommate that has a car happens to not have a Costco membership. So that works out really well because I have a membership, but you can't really go to Costco and come back with the
You need to
packets
have
of
the
water
membership
with
card.
no car, right? And she has a car, but she loves to shop at Costco, but she can't get in the door because she has no money. But using what you have that are, assets, like your membership, and using that to say like, oh, we should go shopping together. I could have you on the membership and you could help and drive all the stuff back. So knowing how to talk to people and manage yourself in that capacity as well.
Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in our next video.